one? You're the one who's got it. What I need, you know you got it. All I'm asking is for a little respect.
Focusing on the future.
Tell me no.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome. My name is Max Barrows. I live in the sticks of Vermont. I'm an outreach coordinator for Green Mountain Self-Advocates, but I'm also your new vice president of SABE, Self-Advocates Becoming Empowered. Speaking of SABE members, I want to take a moment and thank you all for supporting me in running for office. I also want to take this moment and I want to thank a good friend as well as a great leader. Chester Finn, if you can stand up, I would like everyone to give him a round of applause for all the hard work he has done for SABE. You know, many of you know me from previous conferences and being on the SABE board, but I'd like to just take a minute and share a little bit about my road to self-advocacy. And just for my memory, it goes back to middle school. It goes way back to middle school when I was about 13, 14 years of age. And I didn't know anything about my particular disability. I didn't know what my disability was. The only thing I was aware of is, you know, I would process information like differently, you know, just how I would learn in comparison to other people within my class in school with other students. I was afraid at the time because I was so young to even show that I had some sort of, you know, way of learning that was so different from everybody else. I didn't want to give any sort of hint of me having like any sort of disability whatsoever. I didn't know like exactly how people would like respond, or even teachers or, you know, other individuals in my classroom. So it came to a point where, you know, I felt like, well, if I don't say something, then things are probably not going to go as well as I want them. I mean, I have to say something because I have to not hide how I learn. But I had to do it in a slow process because, again, I was still really kind of timid to show that I had any sort of disability whatsoever. But the thing of it is, I wanted to succeed. So as time went on, I had to advocate, you know. So what I decided to do is first of all, I asked my mom, and I said, you know, both my mom and my dad, I said, Mom, it's like, there's something about the way I learn, you know, in comparison to everybody else, you know, but you know, it's more than me learning in this way. I know that I have something, you know. What is it? You know, Mom, what is it? I mean, my mom told me at the time that I had autism. Autism, if you hear the word, it was just a word to me at the time, you know. I didn't know anything about the particular disability other than at the time I was told I had autism. It's like, well, give me more. I mean, what is autism? And my mom said, well, it's a disability that affects your learning. So, and I said, Mom, so what you're saying is I have more than just a learning disability. I actually have this thing called autism. Is that you're telling me? It's like, yes. And so it motivated me a little bit to say, well, I was told I had autism, but, you know, I want to learn more about what that is, you know. And on the other hand, I need to say something about it. But how can I do it in a way where I'm still kind of silent, you know? I didn't want to go too fast about coming out in a way. So I wanted to succeed, and when I started advocating to succeed, I was like, well, I started telling people that would teach me, like some of my teachers had to know. I had to get myself a IEP, an individualized education plan, and that's when I really started opening up the fact that I had a disability and the fact that it affected my learning. The reason why I had to do it is because I wanted to go on. You know, I wanted to succeed, but I didn't want to. I knew that I learned differently from everybody else. I wanted to learn my own way. You know, I wanted to learn my own way, so I had to advocate for that. So I got an IEP, and I finally told them, this is how my brain processes information. You know, my brain takes time to process, and this is true about me. Part of how my brain works is the word information. You know, that's a really big word. Don't try and shove it in my head all at once, because all it's going to do is that word is just going to get caught into the filter, and only bits and pieces are going to pass by, but the rest of it, the word is just going to break, and it's going to fall onto the floor, and just nothing is going to be, it's just going to be sitting there, nothing, you know? So just something to learn about me. You know, I had to advocate for myself in high school. I had to tell everybody how my brain worked. And so finally, I was accepted for who I was in terms of learning. I left high school, you know, feeling all succeeded. And just to skip ahead here, it finally, looking back at that, it got me proud of who I am. And so I just wanted to read something. That was just a little preview of what it was like then, but this is part of my disability pride. And so I just wanted to read something. Today I live in two worlds at once. In the non-disability world, I can pass through security without setting off any alarms. But when I'm with peers with disabilities, I feel I am with family. Since I have been involved with Green Mountain Self-Advocates and SABE, my disability prize continues to expand. Now I am not afraid to express who I am and how I learn. I know who I am. I connect with people from both worlds who understand me. I can see what we have to do to get the two sides to move forward. The two halves can come together and become whole. This is my vision for the future. The conference theme this year is Jazz It Up. And I have a question to ask all of you. Do you feel all jazzed up after last night? Well, that's a very good answer, because I know I am. I feel so jazzed up that I wish this conference would never end. This conference gave us the chance to look back at our history. We have come a long way to celebrate 20 years and 20th anniversary of SABE. Give yourselves a round of applause. It may be very important to look back at our history, but it absolutely does not mean we are going back. There will be no more back in the day. You may be wondering, what does that mean when I say back in the day? Well, back in the day, if you had a disability, you were seen as special, a problem to be fixed, or you had the R word stamped on your head. You were in a day program or a segregated classroom, or more than likely, you were in an institution or a sheltered workshop. In the past, persons with disabilities were viewed through several models. One of the models was the moral model. This views persons with disabilities as either especially good or evil. For example, sometimes people with intellectual disabilities were treated like pets. Oh, you poor little thing, let me take care of you. Oh, the angels will come and take you to heaven. Or you were seen as a spawn of the devil, like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Either way, we were not seen as fully human. Well, I am here to tell you, in my view, we have a mix of good and bad in us. Another viewpoint was the medical model that saw us in the past. It saw us as needing to be diagnosed or cured. We were viewed as being broken, in need of repair. This made us feel that there was something wrong with us as people. It felt like the world was saying that either we get fixed or just not be around to create problems. Well, let me tell you folks, we all deserve to be accepted for who we are. Today, self-advocacy disability as something else. We are people, people with rights. No more back in the day. It is a new day, a new way to look at disability. The civil rights model. The civil rights model views disability as persons with disabilities are regular people with the same civil rights as all other citizens. In this view, persons with disabilities are a minority group in our society. The problem is not persons with disabilities. We don't need to be special. We don't need to be fixed. Our society is the problem, a problem with justice, and that needs to be fixed. Like other minority groups, people with disabilities are working together to demand and reclaim our civil and human rights. Today we face new challenges. We are living with the ongoing threat of budget cuts. Sometimes we hear politicians divide our society into two sides, the givers and the takers. Politicians can use this as an excuse to not only support funding for persons with disabilities, but also to not support us at all. Well, let me tell you folks, this is absolutely false and it is completely out of line. We are all givers and takers of what our world has to offer. Many people with disabilities give a lot to our community. Not only are we often employed, but we volunteer a lot of our time. Another issue we face today is pressure to cut back on individualized services to save money. This takes the shape of more institutions, more day programs, and more sheltered workshops. Well, I'm here to make clear, this is an example of going backward, back in the day. How is this going to save money? It will not. And furthermore, segregation is just plain wrong. I am here to tell you that the disability rights movement is here to stay. I am going to make clear, we are not going back, and we are absolutely not going away. So that is what this wonderful conference was all about, right? This is our time to celebrate and to recognize all we put into contributing to our community. This has been our time to feel good about who we are as people. People first. To feel proud. To feel proud of all we have accomplished and to continue marching down the road of true inclusion. Please know that we are not alone fighting for our equal rights across this nation. We ask our parents, teachers, support staff, and allies to march with us. But let us lead the way. Here is one message I would like for you to take home. We are a diverse country in many ways, not just by race, not just by gender or sexual orientation, but also in all abilities. We all have in common our love of freedom and taking responsibility for our decisions. We can do this. So please, I ask, give us a chance. Just give us a chance. I mentioned freedom. What our thoughts of freedom? What are our thoughts of freedom? Let's take a look at a slideshow. And let's put our thoughts together on the road to freedom. Actually, I'm sorry, but we do not have it actually. So just think for a second about what freedom means to you. This is a great year. This is a great year for us to be having this conference. Why, you may ask? We are celebrating 20 years of SABE, but I have a vision of where we will be in 20 years from now. Self-advocates will be working where their skills take them. In every aspect of the community, we will see self-advocates and people without disabilities working together as a team, as equal partners. Everybody will be working together side by side as one, no matter what their ability is. 20 years from now, there will be many more opportunities in employment. Self-advocates will not only be employed, but also be running more businesses of their own. When you have a job, you will end up paying taxes whether or not you like it. Involvement in our economy is a really important part of true inclusion. 20 years from now, self-advocates will be running for state and national legislature. I'm glad you guys cheered because I just want to take a mention here. When I say state legislation and national legislation, we can only hope that one day maybe Chester Finn or Julie Petty or one of you in this room will be our next senator or a person in Congress. A lot of people didn't think we would ever have an African American as our president. So I say, why not somebody with a disability too? Just an example of great leadership and self-advocates leading the way. "20 years from now, one important area we will see great improvement will be persons with disabilities celebrating their sexuality. There will be more persons with disabilities getting married and having kids. In the year 2030, we will be reaching out to support our peers by teaching our own sexuality workshops and getting the accurate information out there for all of us to be comfortable in expressing our own sexuality. 20 years from now, when you get on a plane to come to a future national conference, there will be self-advocates working as flight attendants or even pilots. They may be flying to the same national conference as you. You never know. 20 years from now, fellow citizens will be showing how much love and respect they have for persons with disabilities. Americans and people around the world will be using respectful language. There will be a complete elimination of the R word. Medical labels and other kinds of disrespectful terminology will have disappeared permanently from people's vocabulary. 20 years from now, there will be a change in the air. Persons with disabilities will no longer have to fear of identifying their true selves. Self-advocates will feel more comfortable with their own disability. We will see people happy and inspired for who they are. I know I am. That's for sure. In our society, we hear a lot in the gay community about people coming out of the closet. Has anyone heard that saying, coming out of the closet? Well, let's take this moment and reconstruct that. There is more than one kind of closet people hide in. In fact, sometimes self-advocates feel like they get shoved into closets. Well, I will tell you that we want to create a world where you don't have to hide yourself anymore. We want to build a community where you feel less shy and embarrassed of saying that you are a person with a disability. We will build an atmosphere where all of us are treated as we were created, equal. All of us are created equal. So now you can see my vision. You can start seeing where we want to go down the road toward true inclusion. But you may be scratching your heads or maybe even your chin hairs. How are we going to get there? Well, the golden key is making sure this vision will happen. And the reason and how this is going to happen is we need to reach out to the younger generation. Young people bring enthusiasm and energy to self-advocacy. They also bring new ideas to the table. Local self-advocacy groups should be connecting with high school students who are transitioning into the community. These will be individuals that will be in our future. We need to build a strong connection with state and federal legislators because that is very important. In my personal experience, persons contacting legislators really makes a big difference. And that's what I need all of you in this room to do today. When you go home and when you speak up and speak out about your rights. We need to continue to believe in ourselves. We can do this together. So I ask self-advocates, families, support staff, and allies, I invite you to work with us together as a team. Please let us lead the way. We will all come together. We will work as a team, and we will get down the road toward true inclusion. Martin Luther King said, I had a dream. I just shared with you my dreams and many of my dreams for the future. Now it is your turn to imagine a better future for all of us. So ask yourself, what are your dreams? Right beside me, there is a dream catcher standing there. And what I would like some of you to do as I need 10 of you to write down your dreams. Think very carefully. And after you think very carefully about what your dreams are, please come up here and place your dreams right on this dream catcher. And I would like you to say what your dreams are as you come up here one at a time and place them right here on this dream catcher that I have right beside me. Okay.
Oh, sure.
All right. Go ahead.
To have a group in every state.
All right.
And to eliminate the marriage penalty.
Now, it would be better to come over here. That's too tall.
Oh, that's too tall for you. I could lower it right here.
Well, no, it's that.
Okay.
An executive director for SABE.
They can't.
An
You have to get
executive director for SABE.
Microphone.
There's a lot of people, your voice doesn't carry.
Okay. An executive director for SABE. An executive director for SABE.
I got a cordless mic, so this will be a lot better.
I don't want to go up on stage.
You don't want to go up on stage?
No.
Office staff. DC. Everybody hear me? Okay. Gail Gardner has to exit.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. My big dream is to have my own business, to open a group home that I can help disability people, to teach them how to cook, teach them how to be on their own, do their own thing. And so they don't have to worry about a thing in the world, to be themselves.
All right. Thank you very much. I just want to take this moment. Thank you, all of you, for sharing your dreams. Give them another round of applause. Before we move on, I just want to take this moment and on behalf of Betty Williams, our new president, me, myself as vice president, and all SABE board members, thank you so much, and we will keep in touch with all of you. We will continue to work together as a team down the road of true inclusion. And again, thank you very much for putting together this wonderful conference.